Good evening, everybody. I just want to make this quick little video giving you an update to my channel and the videos that I'll be producing. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how often I will be producing my videos. I have been producing videos since I got out of the hospital, which was January 16th. I've been trying to do it every day. Um, for certain reasons I don't want to go into, because I want to, keep up with my channel and my videos. I don't want to leave my channel astray, because I don't like it when I see YouTube channels and they haven't posted in 3 months. I don't like to see that. I like to constantly see them uploading new videos. And so I don't want to leave this channel astray. I want to keep always adding to it. Um, you know, what I've been doing is I've been producing these videos, but so I started producing the videos in the daytime, but I found that that takes too much time out of the day because I want to do other things in the day, namely reading my fiction books, watching history documentaries. Now added to the list is watching movies. I suddenly became interested in that today. Watching cooking shows, cooking itself, watching cooking videos, like all these things. Um, and so, I decided, to film the videos at night. I started with, 9:30. That went too late. I was tired the next day. 9 o'clock. That went too late. Researching for the video and then filming it and then publishing it, posting the video summary, etc., posting it to my community tab, to Facebook, to Instagram. It all took, too long, too late at night. So I decided to back it up to 8 o'clock at night. But I've just found that I've just been just so unmotivated to film videos for certain reasons, such as, when I was reading my last fiction book, that I read, I really did not enjoy because I would read it and then I would lose the plot and I wouldn't follow it. Just the writing style was written in a way where you had to really focus your attention on it in order to understand it. And I did not enjoy, um, reading that for that book for that reason. And plus, that was my first book, and I was coming in with some, anxiety from the previous time that I was reading books, because I started out reading books back in the middle of 2017 to the end of 2018. The beginning of 2019 was when I started to lose interest in it. And so when I started out reading books, I just want to explain this real quick. I had no expectation reading the first book. I didn't, I just read it. I didn't really, I wasn't too perfectionistic on it. I read it and I enjoyed it. And then I continued reading books all the way, up until the middle of 2018, which the books I was reading, I was just reading them naturally, without, trying to read them a certain way or feel a certain way about the book. But then, the later half of 2018 happened, and then I, um became very perfectionistic. Like, I have to imagine this a certain way. I have to give voices to the characters. I have to give looks to the characters. I have to um feel what they're feeling. Like I became very, very perfectionistic. And so that that kind of set me. I was reading too much. I wasn't allowing myself to do other things, explore other interests. And I burnt myself out and I lost interest in it. And I moved on to other things such as astrology and those kind of things into 2019. And so now I came in reading that book with this anxiety from the previous experience of, what if it's not right? What if I don't imagine this right? Like I was coming in with all of that inertia from the previous reading. And so I started out reading that book where I was constantly going back, rereading sections because I missed the details and I couldn't follow the story. So I went back. But then I found that, oh, I was going back way too much and it was slowing my reading down and it wasn't flowing and I wasn't moving as fast as I would like. And it's just very annoying to go back. So I decided, because I went back so much to not go back. And then there was just so many characters in the book that a character would be mentioned, and I may remember the face of one character, but then another character would be mentioned, and then I forgot the face of that character. So then I sat through and um and tried to sit and try to recreate, try to remember how I pictured them, or recreate and reconstruct in my mind them and their appearance because I want it to be realistic. I want it to be real. I want it to be as real and clear and vivid as possible. My Mercury in Taurus wants to make things very, um, realistic and concrete. So it doesn't settle for the abstract kind of things. It likes the kind of more practical, like I can see it, I can visualize it, um, kind of thing. Um, And so then I decided, well, this isn't working. So I just decided, well, what the heck? I'm just going to, if I can imagine the characters easily without having to sit through trying to imagine them, great. But if I can't imagine them, I'm just going to read it, and then move on. I was taking the focus away from the story when I was trying to reimagine those characters, and I found that I was losing the story and I couldn't focus on the story. And I realized the story is the most important thing. Following the story is the most important thing. Imagining it as much as I can, but following the story is the most important thing. And I'm going to get to that. Well, yeah. So, when I read books now, it's, you know, I imagine as much as I can, um, and, without having to put real, effort into it, like having to sit and, work my brain to, do it, having to stop reading and then, imagine it, all that kind of thing like that. But just continue on reading and doing exactly that, continuing on reading without going back. Um, and that seems to now work for me. And so for the rest of the book, I just was reading chapters. Um, and I was reading it, I could follow it, and then I lost the story. I couldn't follow it because of the writing style and the action events that happened in the book. And every chapter was like a fresh start. It didn't come off of the last chapter. It was like a fresh start, new scene. and it was like fresh start, fresh start, fresh start. I started fresh. I'm gonna try to follow the story of this chapter. That didn't happen. Fresh start. I'm gonna follow the story of this chapter. It didn't happen. So I just figured, well, there's no point in trying to take my time reading this and keep having these fresh starts and keep having it all being not follow the story. So I decided for one night I would just finish up the book, read it through very, very quickly, um, to get it finished, and then take one day off because I didn't get as much sleep. And then the next day I would start the next book, of which I'm currently reading. And I'm not going to get into that in this video, because just it's not necessary. But so that was one reason why I have been unmotivated to film videos. Another reason is that I wanted to watch things off of my subscription, such as just Discovery Plus, for instance. It has all kinds of cooking shows on it that I'm interested in. PBS has cooking shows and history documentaries. I'm looking at my subscriptions now because I have them all organized. Roku channel. Um, I bought episodes of America's Test Kitchen. Uh, I mean, all these subscriptions, Magellan TV, and other free sites such as Tubi and Roku channel is not really a subscription, but it's free. Like all these sites of watching things. Um, and I have them all here. And in Amazon Prime, Prime Video on Amazon has so many different shows. So watching all these subscription services, um, and wanting to read my book is another reason. Well, that hasn't been really a reason yet. I've always found that reading the book hasn't interfered. Like I want to sit down and read. That hasn't happened yet. Where that just has been a reality yet for me. But it could become one if I continue on this path. Where let's say I'm reading the book and I'm really immersed in it. Oh, it's 8 o'clock and I have to film a video. Um, and so then I'm not going to be able to focus on the video because I'm so focused in on that book. And like when it comes to reading, I only do it when I enjoy doing it. Because when I do, like I have reading goals and I have to read when I don't want to, I can't enjoy the book. I lose the story. I can't follow the story. It's not an enjoyable experience. It's not worth claiming that you read this number of pages if you didn't enjoy the experience of it. So reading goals do not work for me, and they probably never will. Um, so, um, and so enjoying um, the book. I'm trying to think of what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. So, um, yeah, I totally lost what I was gonna say. But uh, anyway, um, um, that didn't become a reason yet, but it could be. So I could be very, very immersed in the book, and then I have to stop. And oh, I remember what I was gonna say now. When I'm in the process of reading unless it's for an obligation or something like that that I have to attend to. When I'm in the mood to read, I'm going to read it. When I feel out of the mood, I'm going to say, nope, I've had enough. I'm going to move on to something else. It should never be, oh, I got through that. Thank goodness I got through that. Nope, absolutely not. Takes the fun and joy right out of reading. And if reading fiction independently, like reading for fun, and there's going to be goals and not fun aspects to it, nope, I'm not on board with that at all. Not at all, because I've experienced it in the past. Um, I know how it feels, I know how it goes. I'm not going to walk that same road again because I know it's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. And I want to be interested in reading books my whole life, and I realize the only way in order to do that is only to read when I want to read, stop when I don't want to read, do something else, not to force myself to read and continue plodding along because that's going to burn me out and then I'm going to lose interest in it, just like before. So I want to be interested in reading books probably for the rest of my whole entire life. And I'm trying to find ways of um, doing that. Um, and I think that, so let me think of, the other reasons. And then just the other reason is maybe I'm too lazy. Like it takes a lot of time to make the videos. I have to research the information, film the video. I have to, explain in depth as I would want to explain things, very, very well, as you've seen in my videos. I'm very thorough. Um, and and um and then publish the video and then put a summary for the video. I have to look over my notes for that and publish to social media. So, it's all these things that I have to do, and it's so, I get so lazy and it's such a process, to do it. And so maybe I'm occupied with something else and I'm just not in the mindset for it. I want to be in the mindset to film videos. So, with all of that being said, this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to be producing videos 2 a week, one on Friday, one on Saturday. I do the weekly astrology video on Friday, again, the one event astrology video, because I don't like doing the other because it takes too much time, to deal with all those events that I have to research and all that. And then the events just become meaningless when I'm describing all these important astrological events. They're not significant, they don't matter, they're not exciting, they're not important. They just become just another aspect and they lose um, their excitement. And I think it's much more interesting to put an event video like the full moon in Leo or this aspect going on instead of astrology for the week of. Um, so um, I don't do that for that reason, and I only do the one event, and then on Saturday I'm going to be doing a general astrology video, which I can do for the rest of my life because that general astrology information, such as Jupiter through the signs, your well through the signs, uh, or um, Uranus through the houses, like that'll all be available for the rest of my life, and so I can spread it out. And so doing these videos 2 a week will allow me to do what I want to do more. I have a completely less interest in astrology, but I'm not as interested as I was in it in the past, but I'm still interested enough to do these videos. And so I want to do these videos. I want to keep up doing these videos ever since I got back to the hospital. I started making that first video and then I realized, oh, this is fun. I want to keep doing this. I like the momentum. I like the direction this is heading. I want to keep moving in this direction. And I felt really, really good about it. Um, doing the videos 2 a week, um, probably in the daytime is when I'm going to be doing it because I'm only doing it, 2 a week. And so I want to make the videos the best that they can be. I want to be awake and alert for these videos. Not tired and unmotivated and going through the whole entire day. So doing other things. And so we'll do those videos during the day. They will be published that day during the day. I do the weekly astrology videos on Friday. So say there's an event on Sunday, you can have one day to watch the video. Um, where it can get views and likes and probably comments. Um, and you have time to watch the video before that event occurs. Um, and so there was something else I was going to say, regarding that. Um, what was I gonna say? So so let me think. Doing the video, on Fridays because I want to do yeah, I totally forgot. Anyway, I was gonna say something that I wanted to say, but it slipped my mind. So I'm not gonna worry about it. If it comes up later, then, oh well, it comes up. This is what's going on right here and right now, and that's what I have to remember. This is the flow of the video now, so I want to keep it going. So, um, so I'm gonna do the weekly astrology video on Fridays and then the general astrology video on Saturdays. That way, for the whole entire week, I can spend the day doing things that I more want to do. Reading my fiction books, reading history books, watching history documentaries, watching cooking shows, watching cooking videos, like, all these things that I want to do. Um, and so that I can have the time to do that without having to do it every single day. And I can look forward to making the videos and I can make them, um, y- y- uh, more significant. Um, and yeah. So, um, so I want to be awake and alert for those when I film those videos. And it'll be more exciting. It'll be more, you may appreciate the videos more because there's less of them. Because when there's so many videos, you just don't. The downside to that is that your appreciation kind of goes down because of the overwhelm with all these videos. Um, so that is true. I found that to be true. So that's the positive that can come out of this. But the main positive is so that I could have more time to do the things that I want to do and so that I can truly be motivated to film the videos. Um, so I think that that is all that I wanted to say in this update, in this kind of long, extended update. So that is all that I want to say. Um, and um, bye for now, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. I'm to give myself a break tonight because I filmed this video and I'm tired. and I want to rest and do other things. And I'm currently working on finishing up some stuff that I had unfinished. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And then tomorrow, I will plan to film the video on Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. Um, uh, in the natal birth chart. And I should mention also that like there's going to be days where I'm going to have to go out to places like a doctor's appointment or my work at Walgreens, which is a company that produces like cough and cold stuff, food, prescriptions, if you're not familiar with Walgreens. So I work there 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, now for 2 hours, but actually with this only doing 2 videos a week, I may actually want to increase my work hours to get more money, and that way I can buy more things on my list that I want to buy um, for myself. And so, I'm going to be, and that's going to take time away from the day, and then I'm going to have less time to do what I want to do, and then I'm going to want to watch things. I'm not going to be as motivated and wanting to read, and then not reading as much. I'm maybe forgetting about the story, or uh, becomes one day closer to the book being due at the library. Um, Finally, after all the renewals that you can do on the book. Um, and I'm not taking classes at community college this semester, but in the fall I will. And I'm going to probably be there a lot of days a week for a longer period of time. And I'm not going to be motivated to film a video at 8 o'clock at night. I'm just not. Every single day, I'm just not going to be motivated. I just know it. Like, this is not a good long-term solution for me. I'm thinking long-term here. I'm thinking what's sustainable and what will work for me for the long term. And doing the 2 videos a week will work for the long term. Where um I'm going to want to do other things for fun. I'm going to want to read my book. I'm going to want to watch cooking shows. And then I'm going to have all the work I need to do for my classes. So I'm spending time in the day doing that. Um, and so I'm going to need to take that seriously. I can't just slack off and, ignore that. I have to put effort into that. So I'm going to be focusing my energy on that. I'm going to be focusing my energy on all the things I want to do. And I already have enough stuff in my life with all the things I have to watch and the things I'm reading. And then I'm just so occupied with so many other things, I just don't have the mental headspace and mindset, um, and motivation to film videos every single day. I just don't. So, and I haven't been doing that lately because of, all these reasons which I listed. So, that is really all that I want to. I've kind of squeezed out, I think, everything now. That I want to say in this video regarding, I think I remembered everything that I wanted to say in this video regarding, um, why I'm switching to doing the 2 videos a week. So that's it. I'm done talking. I'm done, babbling now. Have a great night. I will look forward to a video tomorrow. In the daytime tomorrow on Jupiter in Gemini. Look for that video coming up um tomorrow. So that is all that I want to say in this video. Bye for now. And plus doing um the 2 videos a week will give me more time to read my book. That way I can get it done, so that way I can return it and not have it sit there and it being closer to the due date of when because you can only renew it twice for 2 weeks at a time. And so after those two renewals, you have to return the book, and I can always check it out again. But still, it's not really the sole reason why I'm doing this, is that I have more time to read my book and enjoy that and find the time out of the day to do that and find the motivation and do what I want to do it. So that's all I want to say. Bye for now, everybody.